Okay, we got CDs, DVD, books, but all I can say is Michael Jackson.
I thought you were going to say barbecue, so I'm just thinking about barbecue. But yeah,
let's address that just for a second, okay?
Real fast?
Yeah, okay. Texas definitely #1 barbecue.
Oh yeah, I would say so.
Your
for sure.
opinion?
Yes, my opinion. The thing is that people have different ideas of what barbecue is.
That is so true.
Is it brisket without any sauce on it, which I would say yes, or is it going to be pork ribs drowned in barbecue sauce, the way they do it over in other parts of the South? So you get a different idea of what it is. So notice in that report, what were they eating? Brisket.
Exactly.
You see any sauce anywhere? No sauce.
Didn't.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you know.
All right. So
just saying.
Plus they said that they just went from votes, which anybody can. As long as people are voting in North Carolina and Georgia.
Want to. Sure. Of course.
Yeah. So next time, it's bigger in Texas anyway. I'm sure the votes are going to be strong.
Always.
We'll be #1 again. All right, okay, so let's talk about Michael Jackson.
This album, Escape, what it is, it's recordings that the late Michael Jackson made, of course, before his death. And L.A. Reid and Timberland got together, and they took these recordings and did like new music for them and got them ready basically for a new release. So technically it is a new album. It's new material. It's just sort of done as a celebration of the continuing legacy of Michael Jackson.
And don't they have like a lot of people on there as well?
Yes, there's all kinds of guest stars and stuff. And I'm not going to say it's as good as his earlier material. I mean, most fans, I think, would say that probably his last great song was Black or White, as far as a big hit goes. Yeah, so it's not going to be, you're not going to say, oh my God, it's better than Thriller.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be a good addition for anyone who collects Michael Jackson's music or just wants to listen to it.
Yeah, and you just want to kind of still continue to enjoy his legacy. Absolutely.
The next CD up is Blondie, 4-0 Ever. Which is the 40th anniversary of the band Blondie, one of my favorite bands.
Okay.
What they did is, instead of just releasing a greatest hits album, is they took their greatest hits and re-recorded them now. So it's the band that's still together, that's still touring, and so they did these new versions, or just current versions, of all those songs. And to make it an extra special pack, they included also their new album of all entirely new material out this year. So for the price of one CD, you get the greatest, you get the celebration of the 40th year, but you also get the new album of new stuff, and it's all really, really great. I still think they're a really great band.
Now, do their sound, as far as when they remade the song, does it sound very similar, or can you tell years of difference?
Debbie Harry's voice, of course, is much more mature than it was. I mean, even though back then it was wonderful, but there is definitely a difference as far as how they sound, and in some ways it sounds very similar. It's almost the same, but at the same time, anyone who has all those recordings, you'll be able to tell the difference for sure.
Okay.
Do you like Carlos Santana?
Yes.
Okay. This is Santana's first Latin album, first Spanish-speaking. I don't know what took him so long. It is fantastic. He's got a whole bunch of guest stars on there. Pitbull is on there and whatnot. I don't know. Again, his guitar. You can play his guitar with almost any genre of music. Yeah. And there's always that kind of Santana, style. And he would bring in, Rob Thomas, a Matchbox 20, and I'm like, why don't you bring in some, do some Spanish music? And he did this time. And so I don't know if this will mean a whole new shift in genre. Maybe he'll do more Latin music albums, but it's awfully good. Really, really good.
Okay, cool. Now, I've heard a lot about this TV show. I've never seen it, though.
Orange is the New Black, if I'm not mistaken, I believe was a Netflix series. Yeah. So if you didn't have Netflix, you couldn't really see it when it was on the air. Most folks I know have Netflix and raved about this thing through the whole thing. Basically, it's this sort of little thing, not so much a sitcom, but sort of a slice of life inside a woman's prison. And some crazy characters in there. A lot of folks really love it. So now it's out on DVD. So for those who don't have Netflix, can check it out. And then the new season is also starting up on pretty soon for season 2 on Netflix. There's also a series called House of Cards with Kevin Spacey, political drama. That's also a Netflix series, and that's also out on DVD.
Got it. Okay, good. Now this one.
Michelle Knight, Finding Me, what a horrible story. It's the women who were held captive in what the so-called House of Horrors for more than a decade. This is one of the best-selling books at Barnes & Noble, nonfiction. It is literally flying off the shelf. Everyone is wanting to read.
Get an inside look into what was going on.
What she has to say, and it's amazing that she's been able to survive this and thrive and go past it. And so it's a very uplifting story, and I think that's what's drawing people to the book. Not so much for the horror, but for the hope
Yes.
If that makes sense.
No, it does make sense, you know, and it's like you do want to hear the story of perseverance, but also the other two ladies, they haven't really came out. They've kind of stayed behind closed doors.
Right.
So this is the only real voice that we're seeing.
Right now. That may change in the past, but it is a remarkable story.
Yeah, it sure is.
Now, in more standard fictions for mystery, James Patterson fans, his new book, Unlucky 13, is out. It's the Women's Detective Club. And basically it's a classic trope of where a killer that a detective did not catch from the past comes back.
Oh, they always do.
They always do that. But hey, you know, it's an age-old story, and it always works. There's a very popular series of kids' books out, the Llama Llama and the Mama and all that, right? Yeah. Well, this is Nellie New, who I guess is related to Llama Llama.
Okay.
And it's Nellie New and Daddy Too, and it's about a little New who's out with her dad, doing the errands, going to the store and whatnot. Really cute picture book for kids. As for teens, we have the third book in a trilogy. It's called The One, and it's about a selection of, imagine if you had The Bachelor, but The Bachelor was going to be the king. And he has 35 contestants, and the winner gets to be queen. Oh. That's essentially the story. And it's the third book in the series. And I have a pretty good idea that the main character of all three books will end up being the queen. I don't know why I feel that way. I just think I'm rooting for her.
Okay, is this a must read for you? Are you gonna?
Yeah, sure. Of course it is. Of course it is. Yes, but I'm definitely on. I believe her name is America, so I'm definitely Team America.
Go ahead, America. Yeah, America, but more than that, Texas and barbecue.
Well, yeah, of course. Miss Texas was probably in there somewhere too with the barbecue. And also, there's other DVD out called I, Frankenstein, starring Aaron Eckhart. I want to say this is sort of my guilty pleasure of the week. It did terrible at the box office. It's like no one went to go see it. No one. Probably because it's the kind of movie that's much better on DVD. People who made Underworld made this one. Aaron Eckhart is a very handsome Frankenstein. I mean, come on, for a monster. Cute. You know, and he's fighting demons.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
You know what? And that's exactly what I thought when I saw that. I said, I'll probably see that when it comes out. So
everybody said that.
I think it'll thrive on DVD.
I hope so.
All right. We appreciate it always. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. We'll be right back. You're watching Southeast Texas Live. And we're going to take a look at those Jackie O letters that are coming out.
Sweet. And barbecue.
Yes, barbecue as well. Texas.